welcome to another instalment on this Microcamper conversion. In this episode we're going to be looking at the kitchen unit. As you can see, I've already made a start with this. I've got two ends made up and a front which has been cut to size and height and what have you. There's no holes been cut out yet. I'm still finalising what I'm doing on that front, but I know for certain there's going to be a door here for the ass compartment. We've got a couple of doors on the front. As you know, I've changed the layout slightly to accommodate the new arrangement with the fridge. The other thing that I have thought about is on this corner here where there was normally a door, it was underneath where the sink bowl was, and there weren't a great deal of room under there. As is, there's going to be a socket on the side of here as well, so a lot of that was boxed in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually sink the control panel into this fascia. I'm going to cut the hole out, put some knock-on edging off to trim that hole off, and then I'm going to put another piece on the back and sink that control panel in. So, for whatever reason, if this bed's made up, you're turning over at night and things like that, you're not going to switch lights on or off or turn the pump on or anything like that, because it's going to be sunk in and the switches will be behind the surface of this wood. So that's just something I've just thought of that could improve the kitchen side of it and the control panel. As you can see, there's nothing in there at the minute. It's literally an empty carcass. This is loose at the minute. There's going to be an aluminium trim down here, just like this one here, to match on the other side. That was one of the reasons why I did that as it is. As you can see there, I've got my two little helpers in the front cab. Say hello, girls.
Hello.
Right, so I've got the fridge side of it. I'm going to leave that alone for the minute. I've got where this is situated. I'm happy where that is. I've shaped this end in, so that's great for that side of things. My next thing, I think I'm going to cut some holes out to this front, get some measurements to put where the doors are going, and then I'm going to be cutting the shelf, which is basically going to square all this unit up, and then we're going to take it from there. We'll get it on the bench then, and we'll start adding all the bits and pieces to it. So I'll set the camera up and we'll do a time lapse. Right, okay, so now that I've got the front and the sides connected, this gives us a really good idea now of what bits we've got to cut. So for my next part I need to cut this shelf. So I know that to this bottom rail here this is where the shelf is going. I know I've got 22 inches, and when I've lined it up, it's just on this flat part here, so it's going to come straight across, nice and straight. So I've not got any lumps in the thing like I've got to get hold of like I did with that. So I know this is a nice straight piece now, so I can measure that up. That's fine. I've also got a piece that's going to go up to this knocker engine as well, a partition to the wheel arch to create a room for the gas compartment. So like I say, if you've not done one of these before, it's always a good idea to get a good piece of it put together, offer it in, and see if there's any obstacles in the way that you know you're going to have to shape round. So I'm really happy with that. Everything's sat in really nice. It's a nice rigid frame as well. So I'm going to measure this up. I'm going to cut the shelf and the partition. We'll connect it to this, and then we'll get it back in and we'll have another look. Right, okay, so I've got the shelf in, as you can see. I've got the divider in there. Let me turn the light on. So I've got the divider in there. All this is going to be lined. There's going to be a back piece on there as well. So all that's going to be lined in aluminium and fully sealed as it should be. So I've got it tacked in at the minute. I'm not going to probably video any of the detailed stuff like drilling the holes for the sockets and putting the catches on and hinges and stuff like that. I'm just going to have a look at actually building it, the carcass as it is at the minute. I've got that tacked in, and that is sat nice where I want it. I've got my measurement there to the centre, which is running parallel, which I'm really happy about. That cut across there was straight. I think there was about 1/4 of an inch difference between this side and that side, so it weren't that far out, to be honest. That's a straight cut under there, so that was pretty easy. My next part now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the partitions around this fridge. So obviously I've changed the direction of it. The direction of the door was obviously this way around originally, and I had another flap that came over the top of this one. In my thoughts, I was going to bring the flap to the front, and then I had a discussion with my wife about it, and she said maybe it's going to be better on the front, it'll flow better on the front there, and actually this opening will be quite a bit wider, so it's going to be easier access in and out of there anyway. So I'm going to go that route. So I've got to make a partition at the back, I've got to make this partition at the front with a cutout for the door, and then I'm going to have a solid piece on the side here, and then I think I'm going to be looking at fitting the worktop. So I'll set the camera up and we'll look at making these partitions. Right, okay, so we have got, I would say, the majority of this kitchen carcass built up now. So obviously the front, sides, shelves in there, dividers. I've got the extension piece on there that's housing the fridge. I've put this worktop together. This is all loose. This is just tacked in. These tops and everything are still loose and everything. I'm just shaping in or what have you. But I've got a nice fit all the way along the back there. I got that cut out for the curtains nice and straight, which I'm happy about. That could have been a nightmare if it hadn't been, but that's worked out great. That's dropped in there nicely. Let's jump in. So this one, sink on one side and the cooker against the other. Nice thing that I moved this slightly further forward on the worktop because I didn't want this hitting the back here. Obviously we've got once these are up and you're cooking, these are going to act as like a guard as well, and it's a bit further away from the carpet, which I'm happy about, so I'm glad I moved that forward a little bit. For a micro camper though, it's got a little bit of work surface here, which I'm quite pleased about, a bit more than what I thought I was going to come out with, because I've shortened this a little bit for this fridge part, but that's what we're on about. So they going straight across in line, them cutouts. We've got nice decent opening there for that, and the fridge. So obviously you can gain access to this now once your bed's open, which you couldn't do before because the door was here. But it also, once this door's open, it folds all the way back. So if you are outside, you can get to your fridge without having to enter your van as well, which I think is a nice feature. So I'm going to, like I said, this is all tacked in at the minute. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to line the gas compartment with aluminium. I'm going to put the sockets on the side, sort out the control panel, which is going here. So all these little bits and pieces I'm going to do off video, and then I'm going to be well, we are coming towards the end of this now. The next video, I think, is going to be for the roof, the elevating roof. Yeah, so I've made that. The elevating roof has been made, the fiberglass part. I've just got to put it together now and design some canvas, which all interlinks with the actuators that I'm going to go in on to make it electric. So a little bit of planning on that side of it, but I think that should be the next video, and I think the one after that then will be the full tour one. I just want to thank, I don't know if you can see her there, Millie, my daughter, and Chloe, who's not here at the minute, but they've been helping out. But if you've got any questions, any comments or anything like that, please leave them in the comment section down below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Many thanks for watching. See you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.